Howdy folks, welcome back to 50 Nautical Mile Arc. Today we're doing leg 29 of our 50 state series, Nebraska. We're going to fly over Carson Sink. If you want to learn all about Carson Sink and what it is and where it is and everything, go ahead and Google it. I'm not going to get into a geography lesson, but Carson Sink, we're going to fly over it. Short flight today, 48 nautical miles, or less actually, because as the crow flies it should be less. But, oh, our airplane's going to disappear between or behind the hangar there. Anyway, for this leg, it's like 8:15 in the morning, flight simulator time, so we're looking for like an 8:30 departure. We are starting at Fallon Municipal Airport in Fallon, Nevada. We're going to fly that short 48 nautical miles to Derby Field Airport in Lovelock, Nevada. We're in the Turbo Arrow just because I chose the Turbo Arrow. So we're back in the paper aircraft. We did a few flights with default aircraft, but this is a paper one, of course. Well, there's not much else to say. You know what this series is about? If not, subscribe, turn on notifications, and check out the playlist for the series. And that is all we need to say. I'm just kind of distracted by the mountains in the background. Real world weather is turned on, by the way. Finally, it's been a long time since we had real world weather because we either weren't able to fly or I wanted to test some things on the aircraft. So, real world weather, early morning, subscribe, check out the playlist, all that stuff. You don't need anything else from me. So let's hop down now and zoom in and check this airplane out and get on our way. Try to be as brief as possible. Our last couple flights kind of carried on a while and I left more of the video in and everything, but today we're going to kind of get going and move along and have an actual flight that isn't too different than what we normally do. So we're kind of back in the swing of things here. Let's do weight and balance first. I think we're going solo today. I think we're going to, we can't even, there we go. I think we're just going to fly all by ourselves. I think I'm still down at 200. I can't remember. That's a Fit 200, by the way. What am I going to put in the back? Just some snacks, I guess. Let's do half fuel, although we don't even need to. There we go. We'll close that up. There is our weight and fuel. Make sure the parking brake is set. Let's close that up. Parking brake is set. Make sure all controls are back to idle. And then we will turn the battery on. That's actually over here. And then check the fuel gauges. We just did fuel. Make sure the lights are on there. They are. Turn the battery off now. Good. That check is done. Trim to neutral. And it's between the seats, I think. Yep. Oh, where's my thing? Alright. Which way? This way. Trim to neutral. Check the battery and the spark plug following. We don't really need to worry about because we haven't gotten anywhere yet. So everything's good. Spark plug following to 0. Battery is 12, so that is good there. And make sure the auto fuel switch, yes, because you have to change fuel tanks every 15 to 20 minutes because the fuel's in the tank, and if you wait too long, you get off balance. Alrighty, let's hop outside. Baggage doors open, although we don't have any baggage, we're just by ourselves. At least not baggage to put in the airplane. Oh, I don't tell jokes. I think that was my first joke in 5 years of flight sim. And it was worse than I've ever imagined. So no more jokes from me. We'll close the baggage. Let's remove the chocks, so they already did, I guess. Close the main door, which we will do from there because it can be kind of a pain to drag that thing. There we go. We will do the latch ourselves, though. Make sure the fuel tank is selected to left, and it is. Props forward. Throttle quarter, alt air close. I think I can see that from here, and it is. Confirm avionics are off, and they are. Turn the battery on, which we're not going to get from that side. I say that every time we fly the plane. Get these lights on because we're about to start our engines. Turn the fuel pump on or to low. Mixture rich. Yell clear prop out the window and close it because I always forget to close it. Start key. I think you let go on this one. There we go. And it should run on its own. Very simple. Confirm oil and oil pressure and temperature rising, and they are. Sync the gyros, and we did. Can I hit alt from here at least? I can't even do that. Let's move back over here. There you go. If you think about people watching, if you watch videos of people flying these real planes on YouTube, they're always leaning around, contorting themselves to see everything. So it would only make sense if we have to contort ourselves in the cockpit. All the lights are out up there. I'm talking about these lights are all out. Throttles back to 14 to 1500 and lean the mixture. There we go. Excellent. Something like that. Turn on all of our gadgets just by clicking things or spinning things. It's already on. That's on now. That one's already on for some reason. So my whole confirmation of avionics wasn't accurate because they're all, except for this one, those were all on. All right, so there we go. Go back over here to our fuel, go back to the other tank and make sure it stays running. And it does this time. The past 4 times we've flown in this thing, it has not stayed running. Okay, there we go. Back to left. Awesome. Sync gyros already did. Altimeter barometer, we have real good weather, so we do have to check this. 3006. Can I see that from here? 30. Whoops, wrong way. 302456. There. Alrighty, and what is it? Wind calm. So we can take off anywhere we want to. What's the easiest way? We'll probably taxi to the right and take off on runway, which would be 21. Alright, so that's what we'll do. Piece of cake there. Flight plan. We kind of have a flight plan. Basically, it's just go to an airport using the GPS approach for runway 20 because the wind there, I just checked, is like 6 knots out of 170 or something like that. So 20 is the closest we're going to get. So let's do quick flight plan. And by quick, I mean like really quick. We're going to try to use the approach built in. So what we're going to do is we're going to click, not that one. No. Okay, we're going to click the middle one. There we go. And then it's not that one either. It's the outside one, isn't it? There we go. We're going to put in our destination, KLOL, which I just think is hilarious. Again, bad joke, but here we go. Oh boy, work is texting me after hours. That was not a bad joke, was it? I'll have to check that and make a cut in the video. Actually, I'm going to check while I'm recording because that's real life. And it has nothing to do with work. Alright, KLOL. I just think that's awesome. There used to be a radio station in Minneapolis called WLOL. I forgot about that. But LOL wasn't a thing. LOL back then did not mean laugh out loud because this was the 80s. So WLOL. Now if it was WLOL, that'd be hilarious. Alright, Derby Field, we're in the right place. Let's accept this. Now let's do this other weird thing. Procedure. Select approach. GPS 2. No, I want to do GPS 20. So we're going to forget about all this and we are going to do it manually. So we're going to, what am I going to do? We're going to go here. We're going to change that waypoint to, well, that's coming from the north. That's a big turnaround. Let's take the quick, short one. Let's give ourselves a whole 3 minutes, 3 miles. Let's be risky. Let's cut it close. Let's put in Zokot, or whatever that's going to be pronounced. You'll see it here in a second. And it's not even in here. So I don't know how you say that. Remember, in the United States, all these mean something. I don't know what that means. So we're going to back it up a notch and go to Xenom instead, because we need a waypoint that exists. And someday I will pay for an update for NavGraph. I just haven't yet. And I really got to tell my work to stop texting me after hours because there's no need for it. What in the world? I will be right back, folks. Okay, I'm back, and this waypoint doesn't exist either. So in other words, this whole approach doesn't exist. I have a feeling because my data isn't updated, and it's a very particular approach because there's a lot of terrain. There's like 9,000 foot mountains, and the airport elevation is only 4,000. So that means there are 5,000 foot terrain change around it. So it's a very specific approach. That's kind of a bummer because that's the way the winds are going. So since we don't have updated stuff, the winds are low enough, we're just going to land with the crosswind. And we're going to do the other approach. So let's back out of this if I can. And let's do procedure. And let's select approach. And let's select the GPS 2. And I don't know which one is which. So let's just pick one because we can. And let's load up and not activate it. And what's that going to look like if we can see? There we go. That's going to be all goofy too. Look at that messy one. We might end up pulling up the iPad on our lap, which is this thing. And we might end up just using this when we get there. I mean, it's only this far. But what a disaster. Runway 20 would have been that one. 2 would have been that one. I don't know. We're going to figure this out in the sky as we get closer. We know what we're doing. At least we pretend to know what we're doing on YouTube. Alright, that is close enough for a plan. Back to the checklist. That was 6 minutes of planning. I didn't need... That got us nowhere at all. No taxi lights on this thing, but we're ready to taxi anyway. So let's hop outside. We're going to go to the right, I think I said. So let's do taxi view. Set off the parking brake. Keep the conditioners low idle, or the fuel mixture in this one. Lean, so we don't follow the spark plugs while we taxi. Because you use sets low throttle to taxi. But yeah, that goes back to the whole thing, flying a different plane every time. My terminology gets kind of mixed up. So whoa, we're cruising now that we're off the grass. I think I'll stick with you for the taxi this time, so you can look at those adorable mountains and the sky and the cloud cover. And we'll see how this goes. What's over there? Not clouds of the city, but just a bunch of trees. Whoopsie! Oh, come on now. It's kind of difficult to do. Anyway, actually, you know what? I don't know if I really need to stick with you on the taxi, because we looked at those mountains and there's other... Whoa, can I do this backwards? Oh, doesn't work to go backwards, because remember, I don't have foot rudders. I have on my yoke. Alright, I think I'm just going to speedily taxi along here, and I'll see you at the end of this runway. Alright, there's a nice windsock, so we will be at least taking off into the wind. We're going to have a terrible crosswind. We'll have like a completely perpendicular crosswind on landing, but whatever, doing the best we can. First set of flaps down. Let's get some stuff going on here. Let's do our landing lights and our pitot heat. Flaps are down. What else do we need to do while we get out on to the runway here? Checklists and turn, please. Thank you. Alright, let's see. Battery and alternator switches to on, and they are. Let's stop here while I do 16 things at once at the parking brake. Alright. Fuel pump on, air closed, pops mixture forward, pops forward, flaps center degrees, yes. Makes both of me already know they are, but that reminds me to put my yoke back in. Trim in the middle, yes. Door closed and latch, yes in the yes. Locked. And pitot heat, heading bug in case I blow it. Is it that one? No, it's this one. There we go. And autopilot if we're going to use it. We don't know. Of course we will, probably. Start the clock. Get in a good seating position. And lift off, I say. Not rotate. I actually have the word lift off. Yeah, it's 65 knots. Parking brake is off. Fuel or throttles are forward. Boost light is on. Let's center up a little bit. Oh, never mind. Wind is going to make us go that way. Okay. Plus my rudder paddles don't center themselves. That's why I'm always all over the place. In case you're wondering, they never center themselves. Alright, here we go. Above ground level, gear coming in. And a little bit higher above ground level, 300 feet. And flaps coming in. And what do we have here? Climb about 90 knots, which we nose down a little bit. Nope, 97 it says. Fuel pump off, landing lights off, and then cruise 23 and 22. Alright, we'll worry about that in a minute. Which way do we need to go? To the right. Which, because we're heading kind of, what, southish, I think? Yep, almost. Alright, let's, another airport right next to us. Let's have a look outside first, then we'll start our turn. That looks nice. Nice clean shot material. Carson sink right there to our right. That's where we're going. So let's turn to the right. And let's see. Looking for the GPS track. There we go. Alright, let's bring back throttles a little bit so we don't blow stuff up. At least until the overboost light is on. We'll make a nice turn. Let's be a little more sharp on the turn. Step on the ball a little bit. Coordinate that turn as best as we can. Climbing about 90. This is 97 in my notes. It's like 92, so we're close. We're about to meet up with our GPS track here. So let's start rolling out. And there we go. I think that was good, huh? Not too shabby. And now we're at 97. It wants to trim, or let's trim down because it wants to slow down. I want us to say 197. All right, there we go. No autopilot yet. We are just going to hand fly for a while. All right, let's have a look. This is the sink. The dark stuff are my cloud shadows. I have my cloud shadows turned down pretty dark. And I still don't think it's dark as realistic could be. But there's our sink. It looks like a salty sink. Actually, it actually is textured to be quite accurate. I'm impressed. I don't know what to think, but that's why we're here. I wanted to see it. Let me see here. Let me zoom this in a little bit so we can see where we are on the track. Okay, there we go. Kind of hard to hand fly and sightseeing stuff at the same time, but that is how it goes. Let's trim down more. I want to climb at 97, not 87. What are we at? We're already at 8,000 feet. Alright, so we'll top off at 9,000 because I'm going to stay below the clouds, and the weather said the clouds were at 10. So what is my brand new preset for autopilot? Okay, so we need to get this ready because we're about ready to hit 9 grand already. So let's come down here. Let's turn this on and let's hit the secret button about now. That'll hold us. Where are we? We're about 200 shy. That's okay. We'll just keep it like that. And then let's hit our heading bug like so, and then come down here and heading on. Set to heading. Now I could come over here. Okay, I could. Not that I could. I'm going to hit that to GPS. We'll come back down here. Switch this to nav, and now it should turn us onto our GPS track. And there we go. Autopilot set up, and we're holding 8,700 feet. Good enough. Gaining a lot of speed. So we're going to consider this cruise, of course, and we want to bring our manifold down to 23 and the props back to 22. Can't really see. Let's do this. There we go. That's awesome. 23 and 22. So there's 23 on the manifold, and there's 22 on the props. Oh, I love that sound. And there we go. It's going to set us up with our GPS. I guess we could calculate in the VNAV. It's only be 12 minute flight, it says, eh? Alrighty. So VNAV, I don't know what to put in because we don't really have any waypoints put in. So what's the elevation? Whoops, sorry, bumped the microphone. 3,900, and then we'll just take it from there. So let's just do 4,200 because we might have to do some visual approaches at the airport. Boom. Again, 800 feet per minute. I seem to like that. 7 minutes. We'll come down. What am I trying to do? Not trying to do that. It loaded my... Oh, I'd want to... How do I delete my approach? No, it's after KLOL, so we'll never load it. We'll just, How come my VNAV won't go away? Go away? What? Is there, like, one of these things I push? No. Because if you push these things, it'll do weird. Alright, I got it. So what is next? Nothing. Sightseeing. We better do our sightseeing quick, because we're over the sink right now. Not going to take very long, but you can see all this terrain up here. That's why I had the GPS had to go around the mountain, come down. So I don't know what we're going to do, because... I don't know, I guess I can load our approach, like I said, and fly into the wind. But there's something goofy about that, too. Well, let's load it anyway. And, I already set the... How do I load this thing? Why am I drawing blank so much? I want to load my approach. Do I go like this, and then menu, and then load approach? No. I don't know, but it went for me anyway, so we're at the mercy now. We're at the mercy of the GPS. Oh, that's going to work out. See, zigzag through the mountains. Awesome. What is happening, though, is we're missing sightseeing because I'm screwing around so much. So let's let me do that. Let's sightsee because this looks amazing. I love the textures. And I'll be back with you in 3 minutes and 16 seconds. Alright, and just like that, it's time to come down. That was quick. So, to come down in this thing, we just pretty much hop down here and turn off the secret altitude hold button. We want autopilot to keep us on the GPS track. So I will just bring the throttles backwards just a little bit, and that'll start to point us down because it's trimmed for whatever it's set to. So we want to come down a little bit steeper. I'm not going to worry about that too much, actually. I just want to worry more about this right now. A set for 800 feet per minute. And even with autopilot, the turbulent winds. Alright, let's bring throttles back more here. What does our destination altitude or weather say? It says 3003. Winds 180 at 8. So yeah, we're going to have a terrible... Not even a crosswind. It's going to be more like a tailwind crosswind. With gusts. Oh, this is going to be raunchy. Oh well, we'll do the best we can. And why in the world is this thing like going down a lovely knob and going down a lovely knob? Anyway, so we're going that waypoint, and then it's the runway. Otherwise, I'm going to keep an eye on this, and I think that is it. Anyway, what else do we have for cruise descents? Landing lights on. We kept them on the whole time. Paitahi we had on the whole time for now anyway. No, just final approach speed. Touchdown to 75, approach 100. Yeah, we all know that stuff. We know how that goes, right? We're just going to be at the mercy of the autopilot and the turbulence. Oh, goodness. It's trying to turn, but the wind is saying no. Anyway, let's look around outside a little bit because we don't have to worry too much about much else at the moment other than coming down, which I'm using my throttle to control that, which also means we slowed down quite a bit. That's okay. Looks like we got another little zigzag. We're going to zigzag through this valley pretty much and then land. In fact, I think I just caught a glimpse of the airport. Oh well. Anyway, a little bit more sightseeing just because this looks super awesome. And then we'll be back inside for our final approach already. Man, what a turbulent ride. This is insane. What are we at? We're at 5,000 feet. I should probably level off a little bit, even though I'm trying to, and it's just doing whatever it wants, because that means we're about 1,000 feet above ground level, I believe. Is this descended target even done? Yeah, it's not going to help us anymore. So we're almost there. So let's level off a little bit. In fact, I was thinking of just taking the autopilot off in general. So let's do that. Props forward. Too early for gear, too early for flaps. Let's take over by hand, which we have been. Final approach is 100 knots, so we're going a little slow, so let's give some more throttle, get speed while I stay level here. And we're just going to keep the GPS out of the corner of our eye and just try to stay on it and do the best we can. We know that the airport elevation is 3,900 feet, I think it said. In fact, let's use the sim to tell us, because it might be a little different. What's it say? 3,900. Good. It's actually pretty close. It's like 20 feet off or something. So that's 4,000 feet. We're just above 5,000. Let's come down even more now, because that means we're about 1,200 above ground level. And I'm fighting this thing pretty good, but we can handle it. I said come down now. Man, we're all over the place. I'm doing the best I can. Let me standard GPS track a little bit here. Let's do a little bit more sightseeing for the very last time, because we got to fly a plane, and we can get off course very quickly. So what I technically should maybe do, knowing that the valley is wide enough, is go beyond the airport, circle, and come back. But I want to use a GPS approach, so let's just kind of do what we can with it. I love that view. How's everybody doing back there? Good? Alright. Keep an eye on our GPS. Should make our turn in a moment, then we should see the runway. Keep an eye on our altitude, because we're only 500 feet above ground level. Which isn't absolutely terrible. It is flat here, but it isn't very accurate either. Let's see, we're on our final leg. I don't see an airport though, but there should be one in front of us, it says. Let's get geared down now, just in case it sneaks up on us here. No, let's not sink. We're only 400 feet above. And I don't see an airport. We might have to go miss unless something pops into view here. Trying to use our GPS. To stay on task or on track, but kind of tricky. We're still getting lower here. Let's do for a set of flaps just in case. And look at this wind. We have a tailwind and a crosswind. It's just ridiculous. We're gonna do the best we can to land. We're 400 feet above ground level. I have my throttles almost all the way open, and I'm barely staying. I know we have a lot of drag. Is that the runway right there? I think. Let's take out our binoculars and look. No. I don't see an airport. I know when you get too low too soon, you don't see an airport. Is that it up there? I don't see anything. So we are just going to climb a little bit. Just a little. This means your flaps are going to come in. And just keep looking at our GPS. Looks like there might have to be like an offset approach type thing. Actually. Yeah, maybe it is a little bit offset. That would explain why I can't see the runway, because when it's offset it's a little more difficult. Okay, I have an idea where the airport is now, so let's go to the right. Bring the flaps back down. Alright, now we're about 700 above ground level, so let's start coming down a little bit, if not level off at least. On our runway. No, it's still not. Yes, it is. It is a runway. Alright, yeah, see, it's really offset. Okay, so let's actually come out to the right. A mixture of GPS for assistance and VFR at this point. Alright, what are we at? We're 600 feet above ground level, so we're really low. Oh, maybe not. We're actually coming in pretty quick. So let's slow down. So we'll level off to bleed off speed while we bring throttles back. And we'll do second set of flaps here in a moment. Ooh, look at that. 2 and 2 on the Pappy. Wow, second set of flaps. Whoops, and we just blew right past. Look at this. Look at this wind gust. See that? See me? We're turning and we're going to the right. Did you see that? I turned and we still were going that way. Kind of like in a boat. Like in a speedboat. Alright. Here we go. Oh man, I'm fighting everything. So, gigantic crosswind from the left. So if I want to do this, it'd be left ring down, right rudder, which should be reversed left rudder for me on my yoke, because I have paddles, not pedals. Oh boy, here we go. Let's stay 2 and 2. Alright. Not bad. Can't believe that worked out. Here we go. Let's start slowing down a little bit. Third set of flaps. Want to touch down at 75, which is just about this. Gigantic crosswind. We're going to try to do a crosswind landing. Want to be firm. You don't want to grease a crosswind landing. You skid across the runway. So here we go. Throttle up. Now the wind stops. So now it's crosswind from the other way. So we're going to, here we go. Oh, there. Nope, and we bounced for the first time ever. Oh, there we go. Oh my gosh, I've never bounced this plane. Oh well. Shoot. Oh, after the bounce is fantastic, except way left. So what was happening, let me tell you what was happening, since you can't see what I'm doing. I had a crazy wind from the left. So I was fighting, and then this gusty, so the wind let up, and then all of a sudden, we went left, because that's the way I was going and fighting it the whole time. And as soon as that wind let up, well, we were too far left. So then I had to go right, then we had to cross from the right. Whew, that was stressful. I can't believe I bounced. That's horrible. At least it was a smooth bounce, and then it was great after that, despite being left of the center line again because the wind let up. I was fighting into the wind, and it let up, and that's the way we went. Oh well. Here we go. Let's get off this runway here and roll out a little bit. Flaps already came in. Paitati can come off, and landing lights can come off. Stop the clock. 21 minutes. Very quick. That was a very quick 21 minutes. I felt like it was 5 minutes. Looks like we have a 2D airport, so we're just going to park over here. And just be thankful we were flying solo, because that's kind of scary at the end there. But I told you it would be. We had a tailwind and a crosswind and gusts, so terrible conditions for landing. But anyway, here we go. Let's just stop right here and let's come down and set the parking brake. What do we have to do for shutdown checklist? Parking brake did it. Avionics come off. So let's turn all this stuff off. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. And does that turn off on this one? It does. Throttles to idle they are. Mixture cutoff, and it is. Megs can come off, which are down here, and they are. Turn off the remaining lights now that our engine is done. Turn off the Alton battery. Open up some doors here. Unclick that, and is this actually going to work from in here? It did. Nice. Let's hop outside. We don't need to open up the baggage door because we left our baggage back home. Oh, there's that joke again. Good way to end the flight. Nevada. We're in Nevada. Carson sink. That was much more attractive than I expected it possibly could be. I don't know what to think. That's why I chose it. So we flew over the sink. The textures were amazing in the sim. I'm quite pleased with how that turned out. 50 State Series. Next, New Hampshire. I got to plan that flight, though. I planned a bunch of flights, flew them all. Now I got to start planning flights again. So if you're a regular subscriber, thank you for your continuing support. If you're new to the channel, if I'm by accident, please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment. Check out the playlist if you haven't already. And I'll catch you on the next one.